You just decided to wear shorts today. Oh, fuck, dude. That's for the Patreon. We should make a Patreon and sell your feet.
You want Feet Finder for that.
Feet Finder. I think we're rolling because it's red. Yeah? Yeah. So.
That's all I'm here.
You just caught my pussy on camera.
God, wait.
No.
Send me that.
Zoom in a little bit.
Okay.
You're just these mics pick up everything. Like,
Me during the monkey paw filming. Fuck, bitch. Damn it. Anyway, sorry. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Catching Up. I'm Ethan.
I'm Kamryn.
And this is it's been a while actually, but it's like episode
5, but also 7.
Yeah.
But also, I hope the 15 of you are still subscribed and watching, even though it's been, I think, since
March.
April.
March. Yeah, maybe April. No, yeah, okay, it was April because March is when my when I had the factory reset my computer because I couldn't edit the podcast because it kept shitting itself. So yeah, it is April. It's been since April.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's
we did film 2 other episodes that will never see the internet.
Yeah.
Because they sucked.
Well,
to be so completely honest with you.
I edited one of them. One was right after we graduated. No.
It was
yes.
because it was a Josh tier list.
It was a Josh tier list. We got 4 different Joshes. I don't remember which ones. 2 red, 2 white.
Don't fret though, because the conclusion was that they all sucked.
Yeah.
And we didn't enjoy them.
No.
Back up to April when we talked about how we're going to get really good about uploading and we're going to, I'm going to move into a new apartment and my boyfriend's going to move here and we're going to have like a constant set and a good uploading schedule. Remember how we said that? Well, now, cut to the chase, we're saying that again.
And it's real though. It's real.
Because all that stuff happened.
Yes.
It just took 5 months after my boyfriend moving here for that to happen.
Well, speaking of, though, the second episode that's not going to see the light day was right after your boyfriend, Blake, our producer now, got moved in.
Yeah, and that was really bad.
Yeah, that one. So, okay, I edited the Josh tier list for the record. It does exist. And
it'll be on our Patreon.
It'll be on our Patreon.
Pay $5,000 a month if you ever want to see that.
Please. But the one with Blake was it was 2 camera angles, which was the first time that we were going to try and do that. And then there was just so much silence. I think I was having an off day. I was struggling.
You weren't talking.
So,
Blake was not talking at all. So it was just me yapping for a very long time. And I think it's best if that gets deleted off the face of the earth.
Fair.
But anyway, to catch you guys up, pun intended, we have now moved into a new apartment. Well, I say we, not we,
not us.
Even though he is here a lot and he keeps buying furniture for the place.
What we're sitting on right now? Me.
Yeah, you can't see it, but I'm sitting on a burger stool.
I'm on a cookie.
So that's awesome. But Blake and I moved into an apartment. I got a promotion at my job. I still work at TJ Maxx. We're not going to talk about it. But now I work at TJ Maxx and make like $1 more an hour.
Yeah, I work at TJ Maxx, but on the weekends, because I got another job with Blake doing school photography editing, which is so much better than TJ Maxx. Unless TJ Maxx, you're watching this, I love you. Please make me a manager. I don't actually want that. Don't do that. Fire me.
I was about to say you would hate
I don't want to do
that.
I don't want to fucking do that.
What else? We graduated college.
Did graduate.
And we're doing really good things with our degrees, as you can tell.
Still here. We do have a set. As you can see, this is going to be consistent, and it's not going to move from the couch in my dirty ass office to Kamryn's bedroom in her dorm or her apartment, I guess.
Yeah, or Colton and Nicole's apartment in South Carolina because they don't live there anymore.
No, I don't.
Speaking of Nicole, Ethan has another
I
podcast.
do. Yes.
With said Nicole.
It's sick.
Because I'm really busy,
Yeah.
and he was tired of waiting on me to film things.
Yeah, but it's called Cinema Sluts. I'm very excited for it. Blake's also helping us produce that one. It's on the same film set. We talk about movies. We're talking about the Terrifier.
Don't tell him it's the same set.
Oh, it's different set.
The plant changes.
The light changes.
Sometimes there's like a wolf hanging back there.
So
we're gonna get the shark painting back.
Yeah, we will.
We have a problem. Not today.
Yeah, well, it is nailed to my office. I feel bad taking it from my office because it's nailed into the wall and it's just a random nail. But I'll get it.
You'll find something to hang there. Like hang like a picture of like Jeffree Star there.
Okay.
To make your very closed-minded father think about his life.
Well, he'll be like, "Who's that?" I'll be like, "That's the Joker."
I'll be like, wait, have you seen that TikTok where it was just James Charles in different makeup looks and it was this like mom being like, do you know what celebrities?
Yeah.
Where it's like, that's like Selena Gomez.
Yeah, it is Selena Gomez.
That is, how'd you know? That's Kylie Jenner.
That's sick.
Yeah.
But so we also, I guess, we're gonna try and have some guests on here. There was people that we said, yeah, we'll get to you, and then we never did because we stopped filming. But
I'm sorry, Sydney.
Sorry, Sydney.
If you're watching this, it wasn't personal.
No.
I just suck.
We all just got really busy all of a sudden. But like if you still want to be on, like
hit us up.
Hit us up, dude. Or anyone. If anyone wants to be on.
Comments below if you want to be in our podcast.
And subscribe and hit that like button also, too.
Yeah, and while you're down there, why don't you hit that little notification bell to be notified every time we upload a new episode, because it might be months apart.
Sure, it really might be. But, hey, Cinema Sluts is hopefully somewhat frequent. I don't fucking know. I hope so.
There's been 2 filming sessions so far, and one of them has not actually happened yet because it's happening right after this
one. So
right after this scheduled break.
But so now that we've caught you up on, kind of life, it is getting close to Halloween. I'm sure after this gets edited and posted, it will be after Halloween because we are really on top of things over here.
But I don't know. It's winter. It's fall. We're getting into like the I'm chilly and I need to curl up by a fire and listen to spooky stories. So we're gonna tell you some.
Yeah, we are.
And I'm gonna make a really good spooky voice. Ready?
Oh. It's really good so far.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Oh, okay.
I was like really hoping something would come to me.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
No.
But I did make that one podcast episode about the Wendigo, and everyone said my voice acting was great.
It was really good. I say
it was
recently.
A cold, dark night, and I was hogging in my bed.
Yo! No, okay, yeah. That was really good. Odyssey is great. We should produce that one.
That was not what it was called.
Odysseys. What the fuck was it called?
Oddities.
Oddities. Whatever, Dan. Odyssey. What the fuck is an Odyssey? It's like a story.
Like the Odyssey?
Yeah, it's a story.
Like the Greek mythology.
Yeah, or like Mario Odyssey also, too.
Yeah, those are the same thing.
They are. No, but I have some spooky encounters. I want to say ghost stories from when I was a child, but also I was a child, so who fucking knows? But do you believe in ghosts at all? Do you?
I don't believe in like the see-through people or anything, but like I believe that like there's ways to like communicate with like people in the afterlife.
Do you believe in Ouija boards?
No. I think that's bullshit.
Okay, yeah.
Like we all know there's that one motherfucker who's like
moving it, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, like I don't know. I don't really have any personal like interactions that I can really think of, but I've like heard from other people, and I'm like, there's no way that that's like not like a sign from like something. And I can get into those a little bit more later. What about you?
I think I do, because like I believe in an afterlife, and I think like you talk about like spirits of like your grandparents or family members that have passed. I know like my mom, for example, her grandma She died before I was born, but I guess when she passed, the night she passed, my mom had a very vivid dream of her, and she was telling her that it was going to be okay. And then she woke up and I found out that she had passed. And so I do think that maybe they're like visiting you. Like I know
Mhm.
in recent, I've had dreams of specifically my dog, my dead dog, Rip. Uh, he's been in my dreams semi recently, and then my grandpa also appeared in a dream kind of recently, and that was very nice. So I don't know. I know people believe that like that could be them talking to you, but
Yeah.
I think I do believe in ghosts. Yeah, because I believe in spirits, so I think it's just naturally that's the natural progression.
I also had dreams of my dead dog.
Oh, okay.
In 2018, my dad's house burned down, and we lost our dog in the fire. And it was like for months after that, I would have like reoccurring dreams of like searching for her,
Mm,
and I would have all these like there was like dreams where I would like see her like posted on Facebook somewhere that someone had found this dog, or like that like while because the night that it happened I like went into the rubble and like tried to like see if I could find her, like if by any chance she had like gotten out but was like hiding and scared
right.
or whatever. And I like had dreams of like doing that but like actually finding her. um so I don't know, I never really interpreted it as like a like seeing her like really. I more interpreted it as I'm like, oh, this is a nightmare because this didn't actually happen. So then I would
Yeah.
like wake up every
No.
time and just like bawl my
No, I
eyes
know. I
out.
wake up every time like I'm so sad. But it's weird because in my dreams, like it'll be like me and my family, and then it'll be like you know how dreams like architecture doesn't really make sense. So it's like we're in the house, but then we're also kind of outside or whatever.
Yeah.
And it'll be like he's running around, and everyone in my family, we all know he's dead. And then there's been a few times where like we don't realize he's dead, and then like I'll be thinking in my dream, I'm like he's supposed to be dead. How is he alive? He's a zombie. And then I get scared of him.
Oh,
And then I wake up. I'm like, oh, okay.
poor Charlie's just like, hey bro,
Yeah,
like I
I
miss
know.
you.
I'm like,
Like,
oh, what the fuck? What the
get
hell?
away from me. I don't want to play fetch with you.
No, well, too, I mean, speaking of scary stories, when he was alive, I told you this before, but like I have sleep paralysis sometimes, and he was a very tall dog. He was a Labradoodle.
Like think of like the lankiest,
Yeah.
like tall ass, like skinwalker like dog
Yeah,
imaginable.
well, his dad was a standard poodle, so if you know the build of a standard poodle, it's very similar. But he was very tall, very skinny, and there was times when I would have sleep paralysis, and my door would just like open, and this like what what in my sleepy state looked like a man spider hybrid just crawling towards the foot of my bed, and I would snap out of it. And I've never been so brave as to look over the foot of my bed. Sometimes he was there, and sometimes he wasn't. So I'm like, oh
God
fuck,
gives his toughest
he
battles to his
does,
strongest
he
soldiers,
does, dude.
truly.
That shit was fucking terrifying. Um, but yeah, I so I guess you don't believe in, or did you say you believe in ghosts? You said you like believe in like
I believe in
spiritual
like
stuff.
yeah, like spiritual stuff and like talking to like the afterlife. I don't believe in like ghosts as being like physical things that can like
So,
I don't know. I guess
yeah,
I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't like I think they can like affect like reality
yeah.
and like do things to like communicate with you, but I don't think they're like physical forms, if that makes sense. That like
So like when people are like, "Oh, I saw this lady in a white dress," you're
yeah.
not like, "Oh, no, it's probably you're hallucinating" type deal.
I don't know. I think like maybe I don't know. I don't want ever want to like invalidate anyone's experience
Sure.
or anything, but like to me like the stories that I've heard that like actually like feel like oh there's no other explanation, like there's like obviously like someone was trying to communicate, like it doesn't usually involve like oh I saw a figure, like oh
Right.
I like saw a lady or like whatever it is. Like the thing that comes to mind the most is my dad. He had a best friend named Kim and she died. It was God, it was like well over a decade ago. But she was like his like best man at the like my parents' wedding and like everything like that. And she died, and then he like had a very, very hard time with it, and he would go visit her grave, and there was like one of those little like torches like right by the grave,
Yeah.
and he like was having a really bad night and like went to go see her to like try to like not like blow off steam, but like just try to like get through the night or whatever.
Right.
And he's like talking to the gravestone, you know, like a lot of people do, and like the torch starts like flickering. And then he like got it to where like he was like, if you're like communicating with me, like blink however many times or like whatever it was, and it did it.
Yeah.
And it was
sick.
like insane of like it was like he was like able to like have a conversation like through this like
That's actually so sick. That's
yeah.
so cool.
And like you hear about that and you're like, what else could have been happening?
Dude,
like
I wish I had like that was so fucking like sick. Like I have like a flashlight or something. At my grandpa's grave. I'm like, hey, how's your day going? And it's flash. That's sick. It's so cool.
It was like something that like he like never got it to like happen again, or but it was like a kind of the idea of like he like was in a state where like he needed her. He needed to talk to his best friend, and like that was like the way that she was able to communicate with him.
Yeah.
And like little things like that, I'm like that I can't ever like invalidate that for someone, because I would love to have that sort of experience. Like, you know, like the day that I lose my parents, or like even just like my grandpa being passed now, I'm like, I would love to be able to like have a meaningful conversation.
Yeah.
And like I feel like I've more seen it on like social media of like people being like, oh, I would have gotten into this really bad accident had I not been warned in some way by like someone who is passed.
Right.
Like things like that. And you're like, there's like no way that is like not communication with the afterlife. Like that's crazy to think that that's not what's happening.
No, that's so sick. Well, yeah, I would say I have an experience that I say is like a ghost esque experience. I don't know. Nothing like a family member didn't like come talk to me. I wish. That'd been so sick. But back when I was a kid, I lived in a house that had like it had the backyard, and then the door to the backyard, it was like glass. There was a sliding glass door. And there, all of a sudden, for no reason, just me and my family be watching a movie in the living room or something, because it was right next to the door. And all of a sudden, we just hear banging on the door in like the middle of the night, or like close to it.
We're smuggling narcotics.
We were doing that.
Yeah, so this is just me busting you, because I'm also from narcotics.
Oh no, but like it got so bad. I think we were watching some TV show, and it was pounding on the door. My dad got a shotgun and like surveyed the house to make sure no one was narcotics. Out there. Yeah. My dad shot the police. That's a joke, please. Don't come after my dad. But so that happened a few times, and I'm like, oh, maybe it was a bug, but we also have like a screen, so I'm like, I don't think it was a bug. Also, that'd be a big ass bug. Yeah. Let me in. Yo,
open up.
And then there's another.
The moth trying to get to my lamp.
Dude, he wanted it. No, there was a time though it was when my dad got the shotgun and he opened the door, and me, my brother, my mom were all on the couch, and he just left I get for his safety, leaving the door open. But I'm also like, what if that was an intruder?
What about me?
Yeah, what about me? Well, what if that was an intruder? You had a gun out there. He comes inside and murders your family.
Fend for yourself.
Yeah, what the fuck?
He got his weapon. Why didn't you get yours?
You're right. Dude, what the fuck was 6-year-old me doing?
Yeah, fucking idiot.
And then there was another time, same house, there was like a big bush out in their front yard, and I was out there probably like 10 o'clock at night. I don't know. I was with my brother.
You're outside at 10 o'clock at night?
I know, that's curfew.
This was the spookies come out, bro.
No, but we were standing next to the bush, and on the other side of it, because we were kids, so we were shorter than the bush at the time, and we just hear this voice that kind of sounds like our neighbor. He's like, hello. And we're like, hello? And then we circled the bush. We didn't see anyone. We asked our neighbor, we're like, were you out? And he's like, no. I'm like, okay, cool. But nothing like major. No, I haven't seen any like apparitions. I don't know if I want to.
I feel
But
I would want to if it was like a comforting thing.
yeah, if I woke up and there was a demon in my room, I'd be like,
Yeah.
not this one.
Because I know like you've got our close friend Matthew. He like what is it? Is it his aunt's house?
Well, it's his grandparents' house, but
his aunt lives in it now, or
well, no. So it's his grandparents' house. His grandparents still live in there. His dad's sister, she passed away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so he was spending the night.
Yeah, his aunt does not live there.
No, his aunt does not live there. Well, maybe she kind of does, because he was saying that he was spending the night at his grandparents' house, and then woke up in the middle of the night to like I think the bed shaking or something. And he woke up and saw a woman sitting on the edge of his bed.
Yeah, like that happens to me. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm good.
No.
Like we didn't
need that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, to be fair, he thinks it's his aunt, so I guess it's like kind of comforting. But I'm also like,
but like he also anytime he talks about it, he's like,
but I was terrified.
But I was like actually terrified, and I was gonna pee my pants.
Yeah.
Like,
well, because also he sent us a Snapchat, I think, of the room where it happened. Because he described it, and he's like, yeah, it's just like.
I want to pee.
Dude,
so
Hamilton reference. Oh my
I'm so
God.
sorry. I'm chronically on TikTok.
Because he's like, yeah, it's this really like sickly yellow wallpaper and just looks really old as these old.
Was she the inspiration for the yellow wallpaper?
Probably.
And Matthew's just not leaving that part out.
I think so.
She had a lobotomy.
She was on the rest cure. Yeah, but because he shows a picture, I'm like, yeah, a ghost would live in that room. That is crazy.
Yeah. Ooh, that reminds me of when we were filming that like documentary thing.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Okay, so there in the house that I just moved from, the previous owner had a daughter who died of like some sort of like chronic illness. And she died in the house. And we learned that like her room had been what is now my niece's room. So we were all like, oh, don't tell her.
Yeah.
Because like that will creep her out. But Ethan was filming a documentary for one of his classes, and he couldn't think of anything to do it about. So he's like, what if we lie? We say that like the girl that like died in your house is haunting it, and that like Autumn, my niece, has like talking to her and like all this other stuff. And so we would basically lied our asses off for the bit, and we got my niece in on it. We had her friend play the dead girl, so we gave her like dead girl makeup and like made them and like made them like play like Ring Around the Rosie
in the backyard in the dark.
It was so creepy. And like the entire time I'm like, I'm going to hell for this. And then we're filming in my room.
Yeah.
Like nothing else happened in the house the entire time. In my room talking about this, and I'm like, this is how I've been haunted and blah 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 blah. And my freaking lamp starts flickering.
As soon as we start talking about like
it was insane. And we're like,
oh, hey, sorry, hope it's okay with you. We're gonna be lying.
In the room with us.
We're gonna be
She's
lying.
like, you're spilling lies.
You're lying about me.
So now that I think about that, I guess that's like the creepiest thing that's happened to me.
Yeah.
Or I'm like, I might die in my sleep tonight.
Yeah.
Like,
can I be so honest? Every time I would spend the night at your house, I would be on the air mattress, very kosher of me, and I don't know, and I'd be like right next to your closet, and like it would be partly open, partly closed most of the time, and I'm like, if I wake up and there is a girl in this closet, in this dark ass closet, I'm leaving and I'm never coming back.
Well, like even like a couple times like after that, and even before that, I think like we had like weird stuff happen in the house of like lights like turning on and off, or like just like little things that you're like, oh, there's like probably another explanation. But I will say it was probably like 2 or so months ago. Blake might have been here. I don't really remember. But I was like,
oh, I know what you're gonna say. Yeah.
No, I was in the living room and I swore I saw a little girl go up the stairs. And I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, that's Autumn. And because she's known for like the way that my stairs work, you like go down the stairs and you can either go through the dining room to cut into the kitchen, or you can go through the living room to get into the kitchen. And she's known for sneaking through the dining room and going to get snacks after her bedtime and taking into her room. So I'm like sitting there and I'm like, what'd she just get? And I like go investigate And I like go all the way up and Autumn is knocked out. Like she's like not with us. And then I'm like, I swear I saw a little girl.
Yeah.
And like my sister wasn't home, so it wasn't even like a haha, my sister's short. And I just thought she was a little baby. Like I was like, there's a little girl and she's going to Autumn's room and they're probably gonna go cuddle all night together or something.
Jesus. Yeah.
So that's why I moved out.
Yeah, because the ghost.
That's the really tragic story of why I had to move out.
But we've had some experiences, not paranormal, that are
just creepy,
just weird.
One of them being the other night, actually.
Oh, really?
Okay, this is like not really like spooky.
Yeah.
It's just like people being fucking weird.
Okay.
My mom is currently in the hospital, and I went with my dad to visit her, and then we hadn't really like eaten a proper dinner, so we're like, oh, we'll just stop at the Hardee's that's like on the way to the interstate. So we pull in, and like as I'm like pulling up to the drive-through, a Cadillac comes up and like cuts me off to go in front of me. Yeah, you painted your Cadillac gold just to really F with me. And then like they like pull up and I'm like, whatever. Someone really needed to get their Hardee's.
Yeah.
And then they like pull up. They don't get to the window. Like they're a good like probably 10, 15 feet away from getting to the intercom to even order.
Right.
And then they just like throw their car into reverse. They start backing up. And like there was no reason for them to back up. Like if they decided they didn't want Hardee's, they simply could have just drove around. Like there was nothing blocking them. And they back up, they're backing up. I'm not really computing what's happening because I'm like, why are you backing up? And they're about to ram into my car.
Oh
my dad's like, Kamryn, back up. Because they're just coming for me. And I'm like,
and then I don't like Pontiacs.
Yeah, and then they get within like 2 feet of my car and they just speed off.
Okay.
Like nothing fucking happened. It was insane.
Damn.
And like I'm sitting there like
that's awesome.
You're acting like I like ruined your day. Like what do you mean? Like go get your hot ham and cheese and shut up.
Dude,
like,
that reminds me of I was on my way to work the other I think it was maybe last week before last, I don't remember. And I guess there was a car in front of me. It might have been a Cadillac also, actually.
Damn, these Cadillacs out here cannot be trusted.
Know. And then another car. It was this red Nissan Versa. And I guess the Cadillac in front of me had cut this guy off at some point. Because the guy in the Versa goes in between me and the Cadillac and then drives around the Cadillac in front of me and then does one of these to the driver. I'm like, sir, you're in a Nissan Versa. This is... Sir,
your car is literally in the shape of an egg.
Yeah, this is embarrassing for you.
You look like a plump cherry tomato. Like,
calm down. Calm down.
Let's not throw any hands.
We don't have to be
around.
so fucking mad. Yeah.
But another one that took place in a car. We were together.
Yeah.
This was what, like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
It was. I think we had maybe like gotten.
It was 2020 because it was the night of the election.
Was it really?
It was, yeah. I remember.
Crazy shit was happening that night.
Yeah.
I think we had went to get food, or we were coming back from your house or something.
We had candy. We went to Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like already like vibes are weird. We just went to Walmart. You were driving, I was in the passenger seat, and then we had a friend in the back seat. And we're driving down the road, and like you and we're just gonna call the friend D. Big fat whale D.
Not friend anymore.
We're not friends with her anymore. If you have not noticed. They're like bickering about something in the fucking backseat, as you always would. Yeah. And I'm like, we're like listening to music. I think you were literally fucking arguing about how loud the music was because she wanted the music loud. Yes. And you were like, you were like, I can't focus.
I need to focus.
And then as you like turn around and like you're fucking yelling at her, I'm like, Ethan, stop! Because there's a fucking buck. Yeah, a big buck. A huge ass buck in the middle of the road, like standing there so ominously. And like we fucking swerve it or like brake within like seconds of hitting this thing. It just fucking stands there.
Just staring.
So creepy. We keep going and we're not even 5 minutes away from her house at this point.
No.
And we roll up and she lives like in a cul-de-sac. And we roll up and just outside of like right in her driveway, there's this old ass creepy woman. Like think of like your greatest nightmare of old ladies.
Her.
She's there.
It's her.
And she's like smoking a cigarette. Yeah. Does she have a bike? There was a bike involved somehow.
Her son or whoever the fuck she was waiting for, I think, had a bike. Yes, yeah, because she had been drinking. I think she was drunk.
She was not there.
No. And she comes up, or I'd swerved around her. She walked out of the way, and I pulled into Dee's driveway, and we were kind of waiting. We didn't want to like get out of the car in case she was on something.
Approaching, like she walks up. She's
like
not like going away. She's not like almost tweaking, for lack of a better word.
And she walks up to the window, and like
you're like, I can't roll my window.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, oh fuck, because I'm like, I wanted to roll it, I wanted to crack it, but my car, if you push it down before it goes down automatically, and so I'm like,
no, you're getting killed, bitch.
Yeah. And then she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, what?
Yeah, like girl has smoked like 40 packs a day for the last 20 years. Like, I'm so sorry.
I'm like, you're fine. Oh, why?
I'm like, you'd be better if you'd go away.
Yeah. I'm like, why? And she's like, I thought you were my son. I'm like, oh.
But then she's like, my son was like going to get his bike.
Her son drove down on his bike. I'm like,
how did you confuse my black Cadillac vehicle for your son on a bike?
Yeah.
And like the entire time Ethan's having this conversation, I'm like pulling on my phone. I'm like 911. Like,
I think you told me you had your hand on the clutch or the shift or whatever.
Yeah, if I need to like pull that shit in reverse. When then
we got out and there was a snake on her garage.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck, dude.
Oh my god.
Kind of shit.
It was just one right after the other, and we're like, this is not okay.
I think you're missing a big thing, which was before the deer, we were at the park.
That was the same night.
We were at the park, and it was getting dark, or it was getting dark too. It was dark, and all of a sudden we hear like whistling, and we're like, that's weird.
We're like, this is some ice cream truck man.
This is some weird shit.
I'll give you candy if you get in my van type shit.
And then the way the park is, there's a parking lot, and then a hill, and then another parking lot. And then the two parking lots have entrances from this bigger road, this main road. And we were down on the bottom of the hill on that parking lot on a playground. And then we see this black SUV pull into the other parking lot at the top of the hill. And we're like, I'm not comfortable.
Yeah, because like the whistling, black SUV, we're like, maybe we should skirt home.
Yeah, maybe we should. So then we get in the car, and then because it's dark, and there's another route you can take that's like pretty much a dead end. It just leads to bathrooms, and I accidentally took that one instead of the exit. And so I circle around, and at this point, the black SUV had followed us to this dead end. And then looked like it was trying to cut us off the road, so I had to swerve around.
We're like going back towards the exit, and they like where they'd been following us because we like go around this way. They like come in and they're like, right into Ethan has to swerve and go.
Like, what the fuck?
Then on the way home is when we saw the buck. Yeah. Then we saw the old lady. Well, I completely forgot that was all the same night.
Yeah, well that too. Because I remember what I thought was really weird about that was I got back to the main road, and I was like, I didn't want them to follow us, or I wasn't sure, what the fucking deal was. And I remember looking out my window down the hill. They had parked at the bathrooms, or like on the road, not like a parking spot, like where they had tried to cut us off at. And they'd gotten out of their car, and they were all just like standing around the car. I'm like, what the fuck is
they were
this?
like on like a fucking search party. Like it was terrifying.
Like, what the hell?
And we did almost get human trafficking.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, very fun night. But
fun is a word.
Speaking of human traffic, not human traffic, but like a subset of it. When I was a child, this is a scary story, kind of for another reason.
This is like my therapy sessions.
Yeah.
I'm like, and that reminds me of when I was 7 years old.
Yeah.
And my mommy said this to me.
Yeah, it hurt my feelings.
Like me talking about what I had for lunch, and then being like, and this is my greatest childhood trauma.
Well, I was at Cracker Barrel, my low Cracker Barrel.
As every white person goes.
Yes, and my mom had ordered food online, and I was chilling in the parking lot with my brother. We were both youngins at the time. They were probably like 8. He was probably around 10 or something. And we had rolled the windows down because the AC in the car that we were in wasn't working, and she's like, I don't leave the kids in the hot car.
Only my little dog's in the hot car.
Yeah. And so the windows were rolled down, and this old man comes up to my brother who was sitting in the front seat. I was sitting in the back seat, and he's like talking to my brother, and I was thinking at first, I'm like, oh, this is maybe like one of my brother's friends' dads or something. You know?
Yeah, you're like, oh, I know him.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
like,
that's Bradley.
that's my boy Brad. No, I'm like, yeah, well, you know, Gus is talking to him. Maybe I'm sure he's fine.
Gus is like down.
Gus is down. Yeah, no, and then he's like, you boys want to play the money game? I'm like, what? What is that? He's like, it's where you put your hand in my pocket and guess how much change I have. Like,
Meanwhile, his raging hard on. It's just staring you in the eyes. But
you boys want to touch my cock? Is what it was.
Oh, that reminds me of a TikTok I saw today.
We didn't, though. We didn't touch his cock.
Yes, that's a good thing to add in.
Yeah.
It was probably a pedophile.
It was
Ethan
probably.
did not get pedophiled.
No.
Defiled by said pedophile.
Yeah, but I get no bitches, so maybe
Maybe
I should have taken what I gotta
maybe
get.
you get more play now
Yeah.
if you like learn how to count money sooner.
Yeah, true.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Keep your kids safe. Take them in the Cracker Barrel with
Or
you.
take them in the Cracker Barrel, or just roll the fucking windows up and put the AC. Make sure your AC
Turn the heat on.
Turn the heat. Kill them. Honestly, kill them before they
Kill
just jerk off an old
At
man.
least they won't get defiled.
Yeah.
But that reminds me, I saw a TikTok today of it was a scene from Camp Rock, and like it's like some like
You said this to me.
yeah, it's like the like final jam performance or whatever, and it's like cuts from like the performers to the audience, and just the guy in the front row has a raging hard on. Like, why did we keep that in?
Disney editors were like, this is good.
Disney editor was like, let's make it bigger.
He probably did.
This is for all the Bradleys in the audience.
I opened that at work. I'm like, fuck. You sent
I
me
gotta go to the bathroom now and
Yeah.
rub one out.
Fuck, dude. Not gonna take 2 minutes of my time.
I'm already 50 minutes late to work today. She doesn't want me to be productive at all. I did one time get a very old Indian man added me on Snapchat and then sent me a picture of his wiener
Lucky.
in the Red Robin.
Oh, I thought he was at Red Robin.
I was at Red Robin.
Yeah, okay.
He might have also been at Red Robin.
Maybe he saw you from across the room.
And he was like, me right now, seeing you.
Yeah.
And I was like 15 at the time, so
Your cat came in.
the cat's here. Don't eat the plastic. Do you want to come help do the outro?
Oh my god, dude, he's so chubby. No, but like in a good, like have you seen Pesto, the pink one? You know Pesto?
No. Have you seen
Mooding.
Moo Day?
Yeah. No, he's standing like Pesto right now. Pesto's like a big baby penguin. So
You want to do the catching up outro? He's like Happy Feet. For real.
he is kind of like Happy Feet. That's what they've been saying.
Okay, bye.
Well, this has been, after a fucking huge hiatus, another episode. So
Yeah. For any of you still watching, thank you. I'm sorry. And we'll try to do better. Just like every recovering alcoholic tells you.
That's right.
And we might relapse into another stage of taking months, but we will do our best.
I'm
to not do that.
praying. I'm praying not. We have this set. If we are taking forever though, check out Cinema Sluts.
Yeah.
Me and Nicole, we love doing it. So.
Me and Nicole are
fucking.
fucking.
Fucking. So we're not. She has a fiance. It's okay. You were fucking. Me, I'm fucking. Yeah.
Never stopped anyone. But yeah, don't worry. It's a 14-month lease, so we gotta make content.
Yes.
For at least the next 14 months.
I'm hoping to shoot at least once, if not twice, if not fucking 3 times a month, low key. Ooh. But yeah, with that.
The shoulder hair just flying everywhere now.
Okay. But with that, hope you guys enjoyed our little spooky stories.
Yeah, this has been episode 5.
Yeah.
Who knows what we're going to talk about next time? You'll have to come over and check it out.
Yeah, that's right. Make sure to like subscribe. And I think we're gonna start posting stuff on Spotify. I think so.
Yeah, for your little morning drive.
Do that.
And we can make you laugh so hard you just drive off a bridge.
Anyway,
We're not liable for that if that happens.
goodbye though. I love you. Goodbye.
Bye. Love you.
Subscribe.